I had a fine reminder today about how something that isn't so terrible can turn into something really wonderful. I had a fine reminder today about how if you treat people well, they will treat you well. Like my father once said to me, I don't know how you have any friends the way you treat people. And I said to him, I treat people the way they treat me. That's the platinum rule, you know. Jesus had his golden rule. I've got this thing. Don't treat others as you would have them treat you. That's his. I say, treat others the way they treat you. Because if they don't know to shut the fuck up, they'll never stop. Every time you ask them for an apology, they'll just say, sorry about that. We okay with what happened last week? Oh. So I say yes, and you go on and do it again to somebody else, and everything's okay. Nothing's gonna get any better. I had car troubles for some time here. I didn't know what it was. I just noticed it a couple days ago. And I said, well, as soon as I can get in there, I'll get in there. And I got in there. They couldn't figure it out. Spent at least an hour going through everything, trying to figure it out. The shit that was going on with my car, I used specific keywords and only found things that had happened before, which had nothing to do with those keywords, nothing to do with me looking for them. I used specific keywords, and nobody on the whole Google world could say what was going on with my fucking car. But I got a guy, and he couldn't say what was going on with it. He did everything. He ran shit through it. He relearned it. He did all this stuff. It kept fucking going. And it's like, the car's not going to die. I can still drive it. I'm just going to fucking keep me unnerved for a while because there's something wrong with it. And I don't know if it's about to fucking come to a complete screeching halt and burst into flames like a truck I saw on the freeway today. Burned up. And it was getting loaded onto a truck in the center lane, and the one in front of it had the whole back end of it burned up. And it's like, these things just burst into flames when you run into them. That was after spending an hour and a half at the one place with a guy that I go to all the time. I found during quarantine because that muffler man place was closed, and I had an appointment. There was nobody there, and so I'm driving back, and I saw yes, we're open. I said, holy shit, this guy, he can help me. And so I've been with him ever since. And point is, when he got done not being able to figure out what was wrong with it, not having the tools, not the tools, but it took something more than what he had in his hand. He had everything he could do there. It's a common place. Only he said, I've got a friend. Doesn't everybody? I know a guy. The guy that I say, I know a guy that's my guy, he said, I know a guy. And he called and he said, they're open till 6. He'll talk to you. And he told me how to get there, and that's how I ended up driving by the blown up shit I went through. It's like an odyssey, you know? It's just going through shit everywhere just to get where you're going. Bunch of soulless people walking around in from just what's left of their souls. Just an image, really. And so I went over to the other place. Radios, knobs, speakers, and things. I walked in and I see, hey, you Dave? Because he told me it was Dave, the other guy. And he says, and he's sitting there and he says, yeah. I said, Bob sent me. Bob had called him, filled him in on everything. Kid came out, pulled shit out, went, and remember, Bob said it doesn't cost anything, which is something that I was thinking along this hour and a half. I'm like, if they don't figure anything out, are they going to charge me? And without me asking, he said, it's nothing. I said, you sure? Because I'm thinking, they had other shit they could have been doing. That's labor. And he said, nah. He said, I'll catch you next time around. I'll take it out of there. And I'm like, yeah. Like working beer into a contract to build a home. Somehow you find like the Office of Management budget secret thing where you can buy a golden toilet. Nobody knows where the money went. So he could. But it was a joke. And so there's Dave, and I said, Bob sent me. I said, yeah. And so he sends out another guy, a young guy, that seemed very, 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 very educated in what he was doing. He went right in there, so you want it? You give it. And I said, throw it back in there. I said, lock it up in there. I don't want something sitting in the garage that I got to look at, wondering what I'm going to do with it, and not wanting to throw it out. If I need it, it's up in there, all unhooked. And he said, yeah, okay. And went in, and Dave says, here you go, thanks. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be saying it. Maybe I'm going to get him in trouble. I said, yeah. No problem. So I went for a couple of days wondering what the hell's going on with my car, trying to get in when I could, when I wasn't on a job, and thinking it's going to be an overnight stay and it's going to be all torn apart and I'm going to have to deal with that. There was a little bit of a slight tinge of dread, I suppose, is the best way you could put it. I'm like, this shit never goes well for me. It's the weirdest shit. They couldn't even find it on the internet. What's wrong with this thing? But this guy knew immediately, took care of it. And he says, free. He said, get out of here, kid, you're bothering me. He didn't go so far. He's younger than me. What I realized from that, it was just one of those simple things where every once in a while you have to have something nearly go to shit to remember what a joy it is to have things work. I lost 2 hours of my day today. What did that account to? I didn't rake the yard, but I got my car fixed. It didn't cost me a damn thing. And the way that works out is because I was able to care about somebody and talk with him. He liked me because I was Polish, Bob. And I never said anything bad about the Polish, so he liked me because I'm Polish. He liked me that way because he married a Polish woman. Polish women will convince everybody that that's the only way to be. So he bought into it, and he helped me out. And his friend helped me out because his friend probably has met his wife. But it's a simple thing. You treat people well, word gets around. It happens quite a bit, you know. Just throwing that little pebble in the pond. Waves go out and they come back. I took it, this little patient dread that I went over the last couple of days. What am I going to have to deal with here? How's it going to affect my my life? And found out that it wasn't that big a problem at all. So many things that are good in my life happen because of me just being decent to people. Many of the atrocious things that happen are because I just can't stand them. And if I can't stand them, then they need to know. But you see, they say payback is a bitch. But sometimes payback is a reward.